Are we on? Are we going? So we're supposed to be organized because we have this marketing guy. His name's Bill. But I'm Anne Marie and this is Jessica, and I'm not organized. Jessica's organized.
Yep.
What we are going to do today is, I know everyone's just like on pins and needles excited. What are you doing today? It's so exciting. We're controlling the eyebrows today. Now Jessica just had her Botox done. So do you have movement, Jessica?
No.
So I like when they've already had their Botox done, because then we know what we're gonna do. Because sometimes when people get Botox, they get it too peaky. So if I shape their brows before their Botox is done, they look crazy. And then sometimes when they get their Botox done, they look too heavy. And each person's individual. I mean, our injectors are amazing, so they are really good at keeping your eyebrows where they're supposed to be. But I like shaping them from the point in which they're supposed to be. A lot of estheticians shape their eyebrows, and they do, some people go and do threading. We don't do threading here. Some estheticians use hard wax. Sometimes they will. But today I'm going to use soft wax. I have to wash my hands. This is helping with our 5 minutes of intro.
Should we tell them that Garrett thought that threading was flossing the eyebrows? He was like,
Say hi, Garrett.
Your eyebrows flossed.
Garrett's going to be Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween.
We'll see.
I don't know who that is.
Jessica here is very young and I'm very old. Contour Dermatology has kept me looking young. But we were talking about Spice Girls one day, and Jessica was saying, what were you saying?
I don't know.
She was calling me old. She goes, well, when Spice Girls was around, you were like in college or something. And I go, no, I wasn't. So we looked it up, and when Spice Girls was around, I was 17. So, wah, wah. I'm the second oldest employee here next to Bill, our marketing director. I know it's not true. Dr. Jersham's older than me too. Don't tell him that I said. So we're just gonna wipe off our makeup and clean the area. We want to make sure that we use a toner so that there's no bacteria in the area. Jessica likes to cry a lot and her eyes weep very easily. So if you see her tearing, it's not because she's in pain, it's just because she's a crier.
My eyes are sensitive.
Her eyes are sensitive. So a lot of people will come in and they'll be like, I want my eyebrows to go like this. I want a big arch. But as you can see with Jessica's eyebrows, she has more of a swoosh. She doesn't have this beep boop. So I never alter the natural ability of the eyebrow. So if the eyebrow wants to go like this, then this is what we're doing. Now, let's say she'd gotten Botox somewhere else and her brow had dropped. Then I might start fudging the lines to make her eyebrow look like it's coming up a little bit. Because by the shape of her eye, you can see her eyebrow should come up a little and down. And if they had been dropped and they were going straight across, I might create that illusion. And the way I create that illusion is I would eliminate this here so that there looks like there's an angle. But we don't have to do that because her eyebrows look good. So what I think I'll do is I'll do this brow first and we'll use the soft wax. So soft wax is, it's warm and it's sticky and it's messy. And I apply it right where I want it. And when you go and get your brow waxed or anything waxed, make sure that that stick they just put on your face goes in the trash. Your technician should not be using that stick more than once, because that is cross-contamination and a violation of our state board, and it's dirty. Dirty, dirty. So I like to get right up here above the brow too. It just kind of helps sharpen the look of the brow. Even though you don't really see hair, there's these little fuzzies, and we can make this real nice, sharp, defined brow by just eliminating those fuzzies. Now I'm going to show you, for the sake of it, hard wax. Right here in the middle. And the way hard wax is we do it differently. So with soft wax, we went with the hair grain. Hard wax, we go against it. And we create this blob. Jessica's skin's a little dry. And what it does is it basically shrink wraps around the hair. The only bummer with this wax is, so this wax is great for if she used a lot of Retin-A. You see that here she's pink and she has a little pinpoint bleeding. But if she was a heavy Retin-A user, I couldn't use the soft wax on her brow because it would tear her skin off. The hard wax is what we use on people who use Retin-A because it doesn't stick to the skin, it just sticks to the hair. And it gets all the hairs out, which is really cool.
Oh, I see.
So you can save these and clean behind your sinks if you want. Just kidding. But I like to use the soft wax if I can because you have more control when using soft wax. If you make a mistake, you can wipe it off with oil or rubbing alcohol. With hard wax, if you make a mistake, too bad, so sad, those hairs are coming off. See how I got some of the wax there? So if that was hard wax, I'd be bummed because that would be stuck to those hairs and those hairs would have to be removed. But since it's soft wax, I can just use oil and take it off. The other drawback to soft wax is once you've waxed that area, you cannot re-wax that area. So if any of the hairs didn't come out, you are stuck with what progress you got. Whereas with hard wax, you can wax over the area several times without damaging the skin because, like I said before, it doesn't stick to the skin. But see, you just take oil and it takes the wax off. So that's nice. Or see where the hard wax was over here? It's still there. So oil doesn't take it off. We have to pull the hair out. So I love tweezing and defining brows. So next, what I do is I take off my glasses because, like I said, I'm an old lady and I can't see that well. And I just tweeze. This perfect arch for her. Swoosh. And remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. And Jessica here, she's a twin. And she's an identical twin, but they look very different, don't you?
Very different eyebrows.
Your sister and you look very different.
Yeah.
Even their hair color. Oh, we should have done it before and after.
I took a before picture.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And then the final part is, now I don't, this is my biggest secret. Now I know that the trend is to have these perfectly like airbrushed weird eyebrows, but I'm a natural eyebrow girl. So if someone has good brows to begin with, I love for them to just embrace our natural brow. I mean, I have plenty of hair. She has plenty of hair. So she doesn't, I mean, if she was into that drawn in eyebrow look, good for her. But she's free to walk about without having to do that. So I mess and I tousle up the eyebrows and I just trim the ones that are out of place. Whereas a lot of people will comb them perfectly, which is a style, and that's fine that if someone's into that. But for that just natural flowing eyebrow look, I just tousle the brows, and whichever's fall out of place is who gets cut. And this just makes it where you can go out without having to be completely done. And to me, this is ideal for men, too. I don't typically wax men's eyebrows unless it's to cut them back a little bit and get them under control. I always tweeze men's eyebrows. Women's eyebrows come up on the bone here. Men's eyebrows go down below on the bone there. So women's are up, men's naturally grow down. Now on these tail end ones, we have to be careful because, like with me, if you cut my tail end eyebrows, I'll have a bald spot. How often do you have to get your eyebrows done, Jessica?
I think we do them every 6 to 8 weeks, but I trim them in between. And I like try to tidy them up, so I don't have to do it as often. I should probably do it more often though.
They have a saying that the shoemaker's wife is always the last one to get a new pair of shoes. So sometimes the last thing you want to do after work is go and get your eyebrows done. You just want to go home.
Yep. Sometimes.
Me and Jessica like to get to work early though, so we usually get to find time.
Yep.
See how that hair wants to be out of place? So, goodbye.
Can you use hard wax after soft wax in the same area?
Technically you can, but usually the, see how irritated her skin is? Like, see how red her skin is from the soft wax? And how red it isn't from the hard wax? So the skin is really sensitive, so technically you can, but I would advise not to. You don't want to irritate the skin too much. All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.